choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league. It's week 2 of the 2024 season, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Jets and the Titans, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the building that was opened the year the franchise became known as the Titans. Welcome to Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome to week 2, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here with you. Really happy you could join us in a game that's already an early must-win for both of these teams, Brock. They were each losers back in week 1.
It's only 2 weeks, Kate, of a 17-game season, and people I know out there are going, come on, they must win right now. But the percentage of teams all-time who make the playoffs after an 0-2 start, it's right around 10%, so you are spot on once again. Not impossible to do, but your season outlook's a whole lot better if you're the team who wins this one.
Both teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them's going to find it here as we're off in week 2. Israel Abani-Kanda on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by the 4-time MVP who's been in this league since 2005, Aaron Rodgers.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focused on rectifying those things here.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First down, Rodgers. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets take a 6-0 lead right away. Breece Hall with the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Zerline with the extra point. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Jackson now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out is their second-year quarterback from Kentucky. He earned several starts as a rookie. It's Will Levis.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play, but a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Levis from the shotgun. That's brought in by Calvin Ridley. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. The first carry here for Tony Pollard. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets' side. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, Levis. That throw finds Okonkwo. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 39. Has the connection to Ridley. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. 3rd and just 2 to go. On the play fake, it's Levis. Complete beyond the marker. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Levis now off the play fake. Into the hands of Okonkwo. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Levis throwing again. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Levis. Pass taken in by Pollard. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
The kick by Gano is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Xavier Gipson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Throwing on first down, Rodgers. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he reaches the 35 before going out. And the Titans opting for a 50B, a nickel set, 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Hall. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. They get 22 on that one. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Conklin brings it in. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Rodgers. couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Levis now against the blitz. Pass caught by Ridley. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Slot man motioned over. 1st and 10, it's Pollard. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Defense showing blitz. Levis. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. And the Jets are starting deep from their own territory here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play action with Rodgers. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. All set up now for 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Here's Rodgers. Gets this to Woods. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. From the gun, it's Hall. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets get 6 more on their early advantage. Breece Hall with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets drive their lead to 11. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. Levis to the air now. Short pass brought in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Levis from the shotgun. Has his man, it's Ridley. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. Short yardage situation here, it's 3rd and 2. Handoff running right, Pollard. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. It's a pickup of a yard, and that is how our 1st quarter will end. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of 1. It's a 2-score game early. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter, and it's Titans football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Throwing his Levis on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Pollard will take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. Nick Folk now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Titans cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Abanikanda on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. First down, Rodgers. That's complete to Wilson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. First and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Hall running between the tackles. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Has it in close. And that's a New York touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets drive their lead to 11. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Titans and Tony Pollard headed back out there offensively. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. They're out and set, first and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Has the connection to Ridley. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Levis. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Titans punting unit. Xavier Gipson on to return for the Jets. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. The Jets and this running back headed back out for a new series. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. 2nd and 3 now. They run. Here's Hall. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Now Rodgers. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. Okonkwo brings it in. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 2nd and 3 now. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Man in motion, headed right. Levis here on 1st down. This is Ridley working the right side. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Running right, here's Pollard. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. It'll be a gain of 5, and they've got 2nd and goal now from the 3. Shotgun now for Levis. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone.
And he'll score! Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Titans cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Gibson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Jets back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. First down throw by Rodgers. Conklin brings it in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Wilson on the slant. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. 1st and 10 from the 41. This is Hall. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Amani Hooker with the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 46. Wilson's got it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Able to hit Hall, complete. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll throw again, Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. That throw finds Conklin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play, and that will set up 1st and goal. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Nashville. The Jets driving ahead. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing once again, Rodgers. Escapes the puck, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Jets grow their lead just before halftime. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets drive their lead to 11. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Titans and receiver Calvin Ridley back out again on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That pass complete to Boyd. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Titans in the hurry up, trying to get this play off fast. He's on the move. He's running with it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Titans in the hurry up, trying to get this play off fast. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans make it a one-score game before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Folk with a point after. And the Titans cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Abanikanda on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And they'll have enough time to try to get into field goal range, just a shade over 40 seconds remaining in the half. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. Into the hands of Conklin. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The Jets take their first time out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now here's Rodgers. Caught by Lazard. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. Here's a nickel look by the Titans. 3rd down. Rodgers set to pass. That's complete to Wilson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
Here's pressure, and he is dropped by the Titans. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Thomas Morstead on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. So at the end of 2, the Jets really playing road warriors here. They've got the lead. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And that one, a 13-3 game as they've gone to halftime. The Patriots seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting 49ers. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. DJ Chark, a touchdown reception. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Has this at the 6. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Titans and Will Levis set to take over again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Levis now on 1st down. is made down the right sideline. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Defense showing blitz. Levis. Boyd hauls it in. On the move, past the 40. Keeps himself upright. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Trying again, following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Levis setting to throw. Completed to Pollard. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
The kick by Gano is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Gibson now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. Now here comes the New York offense. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Rodgers will look to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Brought in at the 41. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 43. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Putting a receiver in motion. 3rd and short yardage, Levis. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Pollard can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's...
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Titans take a 3rd quarter lead. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line, the concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
He's throwing for it! Rolling left, buying some time. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Jet in some discomfort following that play. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Gibson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. They'll start this one out with Hall. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Rodgers here off the play action. Conklin brings it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Hall. Broke through the tackle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 3rd down give to Hall. Flies past the 1st, inside the 30. And he takes this all the way down to the 24-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. They're now set for 1st and 10. They go right back to Hall. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Arden Key there for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Here's Hall once more. And he's brought down for a loss. Now we have a member of the Titans injured after the play and in need of some assistance. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Rodgers. He's got it near the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Zerline on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets tie this game 35 apiece. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Jackson now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Levis. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
They're out now, ready to punt it. Ryan Stonehouse will kick it away. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The visitors, down receiver Garrett Wilson, back out to take possession. 65 yards on the punt there. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. 1st down throw by Rodgers. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. Running this with Hall. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Rodgers here from the gun. Wilson on the slant. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Off play action. Rodgers. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. It's picked up by the Titans. And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans parlay the turnover into a lead. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Folk on now to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Titans break that tie and now lead by 7. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Gibson now to return. Return's looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. To throw, Rodgers. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
They give on 2nd to Hall. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Rodgers sent to pass. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Gets this to Woods. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Amani Hooker with the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 48. Into the hands of Conklin. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
From the gun, it's Hall. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Three quarters in the books from this one. The Jets have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Rodgers to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
On 1st down, here comes Hall. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Blitz coming for Rodgers. He's got it. And this one doesn't go far.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
4th and 3, drive on the line. They'll run for it with Hall. And he gets in, touchdown. The Jets now trail by just a point in the 4th. Breece Hall with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Jackson now to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun now for Levis. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 5. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
To throw again on 2nd down, Levis. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Levis throwing again. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The visitors and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense will probably rather forget. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Pressure comes, Rodgers. That throw finds Conklin. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
He'll try to run for it with Hall. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st down, Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Dodges the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown! The Jets take a 4th quarter lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one right down the middle. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. Jackson now to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So now here comes the Titans on offense. Still time to go, Bronk, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the play fake, it's Levis. Launches one deep downfield. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day as a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air, he hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
Play action with Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Hall with the first and still going. And he'll finally be taken down right along the 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Hall running between the tackles. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
So the Jets disagreeing with the call on the field, and yep, they're going to have them take another look at it. Well, we all know there can be so little room for error spotting the football, and that's what's being reviewed right here. Did they get this right?
And I know both sidelines are furiously pleading their cases about what their eyes see. But fortunately, the eye in the sky and the replays will give us a clear answer.
So upon further review, they get a more favorable spot, and that's enough to give them the first down. To throw is Rodgers. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Here's Hall on the give. Works his way to the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Now here's Rodgers. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, New York. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets double their lead to 14. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Jackson now to return it. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Titans ready to take over on offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Ball at the 33 for first down. Levis now off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Levis back to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Intended target was Calvin Ridley. And now it's 2nd down. Levis from the shotgun. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing. Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. From the gun, Levis. Completed to his running back. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. Boyd hauls it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. They'll throw it again. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Now Levis on 3rd and goal. He completes it in traffic. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Titans now within 1 score in the 4th. Will Levis with the touchdown. Well, Brock, not the way I imagine it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted. So a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
Gibson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They start the drive with Hall. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. That's the 2-minute warning here in Nashville. Jets feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. First down, and they go right back to him. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. This is Hall. And he's brought down for a loss. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. He'll throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
And he's tackled for a short gain. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. So it's a road win for the Jets. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say goodbye from Nashville.